Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Viking MTG. So here to do another episode of Good or Bad Decision. You decide either way. The last episode, I was saved by Shockland, thankfully. This week, it'll have to be a god or something else. I got two more of them. One of them is pretty thrashed up, but it is sealed. Looked like some goofball was trying to see what pack was, but if you can't tell that's Born of the Gods, you must not know a whole lot about opening Magic cards. So this looks like one of the either BFZ or Oath, which I think it's BFZ, and this is Born of the Gods, Aether Revolt on both, and Eldritch Moon on both. So Walking Ballista can put us. These are $10 a piece. So Walking Ballista can put us where we want to be. Oh, Gate Crash, even worse. So lands, rare lands are what we're looking for here, really. You can get Shocklands out of these too. I thought it was War of the Gods, but it's Gate Crash. You can, of course, get Walking Ballista out of a couple cards out of Aether Revolt that'll put us near even. It's BFC. BFC, of course, it's Expedition or Bust. It really is. Other than the god, what's his name? Ulamog. Other than Ulamog, and even with him to break even, we'd have to get him in foil. Gate Crash. Let me pull up real quick what's on the map in Gate Crash. I haven't looked at it for a long time. There we go. Gate Crash, Magic the Gathering. Just a second. TCG Mid. Stomping Ground, Sacred Foundry, Watery Grave, Breeding Pool, Godless Shrine. So maybe we can get a Sacred Foundry out of here and a Sacred Foundry out of here. Let's see what we get here. I'm gonna do Eldritch Moon first, then we'll do Aether Revolt, and then we'll do the older packs. The newest, almost newest to oldest, but we'll just do this order, why not? Alright, I think we have a foil here. Foil or extra flip. We have an Abandoned Reason, a Subjugator Angel, a Chilling Grasp, and an Eldritch Evolution. This was, it might still be worth a few bucks. This was almost a $10 card in Standard. It might still be worth a few bucks. It's 1 and 2 green. It's a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Eldritch Evolution, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with the converted mana cost X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Exile Eldritch Evolution. So that just upgrades one of your creatures, essentially. We have a Cryptolith Fragment is our first flip. Now in this set, if you're not familiar, if you have 8 commons, you'll automatically have the 3 uncommons, but you'll have a rare, and then you'll have an additional foil or flip. And a lot of the time when you get the additional flip, it's a rare or a mythic flip or a foil. So we'll see what we have here. And we have a foil, Whispers of Emrakul. So we did get a foil, that's an uncommon. Whispers of Emrakul. Nothing great to speak of, but I've always said, I love foils, so I always take a foil. Getting a little off the screen there. Wait, not off the screen. I just have TCG open. All right. I wonder if Eldritch Evolution is still worth anything. Remember, it used to be. What I want to do is, oh, not bad. It's worth $250. So it's on the map. It's a decent card for the first pack. Definitely take it. Whisper of Emrakul is probably 20 cents. So here we go. All right. Unfortunately, no foil or extra flip here. We have a Long Road Home, a Vampire Cutthroat, Drogskull Shieldmate, and an Impetuous Devils. Well, actually, this has actually always been an interesting card. It's almost like a Ball Lightning. It's 2 and 2 red, Trample and Haste. It's a 6/1 with Trample and Haste. And Impetuous Devils attacks up to one target creature defending player controls blocks at this combat if able. Beginning of the end step, sacrifice Impetuous Devils. This thing acts like a 6-mana lightning bolt. It really does. It's actually a really good card. And our flip is Vildenpack Outcast. Impetuous Devils, I wonder if it's still worth anything. It used to be worth a couple bucks in standard. I doubt it's worth anything still. Let's see. What I want to do is do some video editing where when I do this, especially this segment, I can show what each card's worth on the screen. So, you know, when you're opening a lot of sealed stuff, you don't want it to be completely about the value. You don't want it to be completely about money. Although it's important, yeah, it's a 10-cent card now. That really came down since standard. You don't want it to be completely about money, because for the most part, you're not going to have 100%, success rate. It's just not going to happen. But on some segments like this, where I'm going good or bad decisions, I could it'd be funnier to show on the screen what I'm making and what I'm not. So, all right. See what we got here. No foil. We have a Trophy Mage, a Death Dismissal, a Pacification Array, and an Aethersphere Harvester. Not a terrible pull. I think it's down to like $1. But still not a terrible pull. Let's see what it's still worth. I think it's $1. Yeah, it's down to $1.77. So far, we're sitting at about $4, including the foil and the. If you count uncommons, it's probably about $4. And that's a reach. Right. We have a foil here. Could it be our first invention of this segment? Gonti's Machinations, Enraged Giant, Reverse Engineer. I might have miscounted. Another Aethersphere Harvester. No foil. We had double Aethersphere Harvesters. What are the odds of that? 2 Aether Revolt packs, 2 Aethersphere Harvesters. Those would be much better pulls online. Those are shooting for like 5 tickets a piece online. They're up there. So that's 2 interesting rares in a row. Too bad they're not worth anything. Don't know if we're gonna get there this time. We'll have to be saved by another rare land like we were last time. No foil. So no expedition. So we have Adrena's Emissary, a Blighted Cataract, a Retreat to Emria, and a Shambling Vent is our. At least we have one of the lands. Shambling Vent, I believe, is worth $2 or so. And the Full Art Plains. Eldrazi Scion token. What if they ever bring the Eldrazi back? And I doubt it. I don't know the story as far as whether they're shut out or whatever. I don't know the stories about that, but it'd be interesting to see if they do. It's a nice naturalize for a deck. Alright, no foil. We only have one foil here. We have a Dimir Charm, a Tower Defense, a Simic Flex Mage, and an Undercity Plague is our rare. I don't believe that's worth much. It's 6 mana sorcery, which is pretty darn pricey. Target player loses 1 life, discards a card, then sacrifices a permanent. And as Cipher, you may exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast that copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. That's interesting. Alright. So that's about it. So unless Undercity Plague and Shambling Ven are worth more than I thought they were, then we're going to lose here. $1.50 for Shambling Ven, and Undercity Plague's 12 cents. So we definitely struck out on this one. And I'm certain Whispers of Emrakul's not worth anything. And Whispers of Emrakul is 4 cents. 77 cents in foil. So it's worth more than half the rares we got. With the same amount as Aethersphere Harvester. And the Plains is probably worth 25 cents. So we definitely did not win this time. But the fun is opening. And it's always a good time. And I'm not sure what these are going for these days. These Bristling Hydra promos. Let me see. There was a time that they were $4 or $5 a piece in the promo. No, the media promos, there's so many of them out there now. They're 33 cents a piece. So, but they're still a good card to have around. I got so many of them, never be able to use them, but I've traded them to people for other stuff. So why not? And if you're gonna do a teamer deck of any kind, you want to throw that in there, and it's even operable in mono green. You can fit it in mono green Stompy, as long as you put Servants of the Conduit and stuff like that in there. By the way, what I want to try and do, please let me know in the comments if you play MTGO. Definitely let me know in the comments. I want to get some matches set up. We can just do one-on-ones. We could all join in on the same league. Do something like that and film some matches between subscribers. And maybe even get Mr. Bever's subscribers in there too. You know, anybody who watches the channel, anybody, you know, can hook up, play some games, and film it, stream it. So get your name out there, get my name out there. Hope everybody enjoyed this opening, and stay tuned for the next episode of Good or Bad Decision. And I will definitely say this one was a bad decision, but it was still fun. Talk to you later.